What's good, boys? Welcome to the start of the order flow bootcamp or series. This video is going to be a platform setup, what I use, and I'm also going to give you guys some settings and set up your charts on this platform. So we're going to jump over to this website right here. It is called ampfutures.com. This is my live broker that I use for trading. The reason I do use them is because they do offer these platforms for free, not free, for their members that trade their accounts. So what you guys are going to be doing is going over to ampfutures.com, and then you're going to scroll down on the website and you're going to see free for AMP customers. You're going to see Quantower. You're then going to click on Quantower, and you are going to click Start Free Full Version Quantower Now. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a 28-day free trial. Once that 28-day free trial ends, you can start or open up a live account, and as long as you deposit $100 into the live account and get approved, this platform will remain free. I do want to say that I don't earn any commission off of this. I'm not affiliated with them. I really enjoy using their platform, and that's why I'm recommending it to you guys. So once you guys do this and fully download and make an account with AMP Futures, you are going to end up on a screen that does not look like this, but we're going to get there. So you guys are going to have to connect your account. I'm not going to show you guys my account because, I don't want you guys having my login info, but what you're going to do is you're going to go to your email, whatever email you use to sign up with AMP Futures. You're going to go to that email. They're going to give you a login. They're going to give you an email and a password that you then put in to this up here. Once you get to this point, after downloading and getting your login information, you're going to want to click on this button right here, and then you're going to want to go to connection settings. You're going to want to connect every single one of these exchanges and these boxes. And once you do that, you are going to then click connect. This might take a few minutes for it to fully register the symbols, but once it does it, it won't have to do it again. Once you're there, you're then going to see a chart that's going to say possibly no data loaded or something like this, right? What you're going to do is, since I trade ES and it is December, I'm trading MESH26. You're just going to click on this and type in MESH, and you're going to click on MESH26 right here. On your second chart, if you don't know how to open up a second chart, just click this. It'll open up a second chart just like this. So this is what your guys' screen might look like, but I'm not going to close that because I don't need 3 screens. So once you have your 2 charts, it is not going to look like this. We're going to set it up. On our left, I'm going to have a normal chart. This is not a TPO chart. This is a normal chart from clicking here on MES. On this, I always run a 5-minute time frame on the 1 month, and this is a candlestick chart. The reason I do a 1 month is just because I've noticed that I get really fast uploading data when I don't go over a month. Once you start doing a year, 2, 3 years, or even all the way back from when it started, it is constantly working on loading previous candles once you move your chart. So I just do a month, so it loads all the way back to a month. Okay, so we're going to jump into some of the indicators that Quantower offers. If you go up to the right hand corner up here, you're going to see a little magnifying tool on both of our charts. When you click this magnifying tool, it's going to pull up a bar down here that shows you the indicators that AMP Futures offers. Now this is included with the data that you get and the login information that you were given with the free trial, along with when you sign up through them and have a live account, you also have it as well. So once you click this on the magnifying glass on the candlestick chart, we are going to click on left profile. what left profile is, it's a volume profile, and this is auto marked. With our strategy, we use volume profile every single day, along with a footprint chart. I only use two tools, which is the volume profile and the footprint chart. When you go to the left profile, I want you to select yesterday. These do not need to be selected. The data source is going to be volume, and the value area view is going to be full view. You can turn this to only be like this, or only show the area, or just do the full view. I just prefer having it like this because we're going to change our settings anyways. Once you do this and you have it selected as yesterday, you're going to go into settings. These are the settings that I run for mine. The width of histogram is 10%. Data type is going to be volume. Value label, I have my text as black, and I have this as whatever this is, about 80%, 78%. I do have the POC shown, and I do have that as red. It's just going to be the standard red, or if you want, just put this all the way up to the top and max it out. The same thing, same settings. For my value area view, full view again, value area height is going to be 68%, and my value area borders are going to be this blue here, 1000 FF. And then I have the out of value area coloring mode to set the shadow. You can have this on a custom color, or you guys can have it as no shadowing. So that's the only indicator that I run on my candlestick chart. I'm going to show you guys how I mark out my levels every single day. So this is going to be manually charted for you. When you open up your session, you don't have to do anything. This will be automatically popped up. But I do mark it out further because, as you can see, it marks it out only a little bit on the screen, doesn't fully extend it. So what I do is I take a horizontal line, color the same as the value area high, and I just place it right on that value area high. And the same thing with the POC. I grab another horizontal line. I'll show you guys my settings. I have the line set to 3 and the color set to red. This is my color code down here. I do have it set as a previous day POC. You guys don't have to do that, but I prefer it. Same thing with value area low, horizontal line, and mark that out. So now that you guys have this, we're going to go into my actual candlestick chart settings. Oh, whoops, sorry. Wrong one. Okay. So we're just go down here. These are my settings for the view. My back and also bottom color are going to be this color code down here. These are my other settings. My crosshair is selected to visible. I don't know why I turned that off. You don't have to have it turned on, but I do have it turned on. I'm actually gonna turn this down just a little bit because I don't need it that bright. So I'm gonna have it on this color setting and set to 1 and then dash. My font color is going to be this color code. These are my other settings. I do have the grid turned off for price and time. Let me make sure I'm recording still, 1 second. Okay, yeah. For my icon color, I have this color code, my button color, the border, and then I have the show symbol description turned off. Okay, so once you're done with that, we're going to hop over to the data style. This is going to be for candle coloring. So for my body color, I have the color code there. For my red candle color or negative candle, I have it set to this. My border and wick are all going to be the color black, all the same color. And the doji is going to be set as black as well. For my time scale, these are my settings. For my font color, it's just set as white. My axis my axis background. And I do have selected week, month, and yearly separators. Hopping over to the price scale, I have it set to absolute. Scale behavior is manual, but once you change this, once you move the chart like this, it'll change it to like you can move it like freely. So don't worry about that. Once you scroll down a little bit more, we're going to see appearance. For the font, I have it on Verdana 9, and I have the bold turned off because I don't like the bold. For text alignment, I have it the middle. The text color is white again. Axis and axis background are going to be this color code. These are my other settings for the ask. Okay. I also have the open price, previous day high and low, and also the previous close price marked out automatically. My color codes for that are just going to be black. And then that is going to be everything for my settings, so your chart should look identical to mine. And I did go over the settings for this, I believe, already. Oh, for the yesterday, I just have this set to black. I think that's the only thing I didn't show. Okay, so now your chart should look identical to this. If you have already watched my other videos, you know how what the value of this volume profile is over here, so I'm not going to go over that. This is just a platform video. One second. Okay, so now we're going to be going over my chart on the right here. Now this is going to be looking pretty different for you guys, but we're going to get you guys set up. So this is a footprint chart set up on the Renko, whatever you want to call it, 8 tick chart. I run 8 ticks because it is the most accurate for trading absorption setups. So for this chart, again, just be on MESH. I have this split directly 50% of my chart, so I can watch this and this, and then I initiate my trades on my trading platform on my phone. Okay, so going into this, I have this set to 1 day, and I have this set to candle. The thing that is going to be different is the time frame. We're going to go to this right here, and instead of having a time, we're going to actually click on Renko here. Once you click on that, you're going to see these settings here. You're going to want to change your period to 8, change this to tick, your history type to last, and your brick size to 8. I have this set to classic, range 1 day, show wicks, and build current bar. So now again, your chart is not going to look like this yet, but once you have those applied, it should look a little bit more up and downy kind of chart. It should look a little bit more like it won't look that much like a candlestick chart. Like here, I'll show you. See, it's gonna look a little bit more like this, right? So now you're gonna go down to here. After clicking the magnifying glass, you're gonna pull up the indicators. You then are going to enable this. What this is a cluster chart. This is going to show you all the volume and delta initiated in the price of that current candle. So how this works though, since it is not a time-based chart, this goes off of 8 ticks, meaning for each candle, there needs to be a set amount of volume to come in for that candle to open a new one. So as you can see down here at the bottom, from 8:37 to 9:30, almost 26 minutes. It took, I'm sorry, that's an hour. An hour and 7 minutes it took to make one candle. Why is that? Because this is before market open. These candles are very long candles. Now, once you get into here, 9:30 a.m., you can see we started printing candles a lot quicker. Now, today was a half day, and it was also Christmas Eve, so there's not a lot of volume today. So that's why the chart does not look all that crazy, because the market literally closed at 10 a.m. Okay, so now jumping into the settings for the cluster chart. I have my type set to imbalance, my visualization set to histogram, and my coloring mode set to delta, coloring by delta. Jumping into settings, you're going to want to set your visualization to histogram. The value label, the text is going to be white. My delta colors are going to be this color combo. My delta color for cell will be this color combo, just red. For my imbalance ratio, I have this check marked at 3 and the same color combo as my delta colors. I have skip zero values turned off. I have highlight zeros and highlight unfinished options turned off. I have show cluster volume turned on, show cluster delta turned on, and show delta change turned on. For my delta divergence, I have this set to green and this one set to red. My signals filter, I changed it from all signals to extreme. So this is going to show you extreme signals only for divergences, quote unquote absorption. I don't really use it that much, to be honest. I could probably turn this off. I don't really even pay attention to it. So the most important thing in this entire setting is going to be show POC. This is our entire strategy and entry checklist. So for cell style, the text is going to be black. The back is going to be white. The border style is going to be white. POC type is going to be combined. You can select this to separate. I like to combine it. You can have this selected as show profile. You need that on. I don't have secondary POC turned on. That's just going to show you the left side, different colors. I don't really care to do that. I just pay attention to one color because this is easier on my brain. My value area height is going to be 70%. You can change this. It's really not going to change that much, to be honest. I don't even think you guys can tell the difference. So these are my settings here. Now let's hop out of this. So your guys' settings should look identical to this. So still staying on this indicator chart here, you're then going to click over and you're going to see time statistics. This is going to show you the volume and delta traded in that singular candle, but instead of individual increments and price, it's going to show you the total amount. So this is the total amount of delta traded. This is the total volume traded in this candle. So we're going to go to time statistics and turn this on. I have everything turned off besides volume and delta is turned on. Once you go to settings, you're going to see this. My volume color is black. My trades color is turned off, so don't worry about that. My delta colors are green and red. My font is 11. My font color and header font color is going to be white. Text alignment is set to middle, and that is everything you guys need. So now your chart should look identical to mine. If it doesn't, you most likely missed something, and I would recommend going back in the video. Okay. So I'm going to briefly go over how I use this, because I did go over how I marked this out. So I'm going to make an absorption video next, so I'm not going to fully go into this just yet. But I will show you guys kind of how this works. So the POC is going to be this white box right here. The positive delta is going to be these green boxes, and the negative delta is going to be these red boxes here. In our strategy, we mainly pay attention to the POC. In my video education, I also posted a Google Doc explaining how to use this. But again, I'm going to make that in the next video. So with the time statistics, like I said, this is the total amount of delta that was traded. As you can see, there's negative 1265 delta here, meaning there's a lot of negative orders, sell orders getting placed. Whenever you see a kind of grayish light blue or grayish like dark gray kind of color here, that means that there's neutral delta, almost neutral delta, meaning there's not a significant amount of orders being placed in that candle. So here, for example, you can see that it's negative 11, which means that there was almost the same amount of buyers as there were sellers. So let's see if I can actually go back a little bit and show you guys an absorption example. I don't think it's gonna let me because it's a half day and I can't really go back in time here. When I do make the absorption videos, I'm gonna give you guys at least 10 setups, completely raw footage of me going back and showing you guys how to spot these absorption setups. It is very, very simple and also very mechanical for how we trade these setups. And it does give us about a 95% win rate. What's nice about using this and the POC with absorption is it allows you to have really tight stops because you were entering when the big players were already protecting that level. So I'm not going to get too deep in it. Already I'm kind of getting too deep into it, but anyways, this is my entire settings video, how to download the platform and how I set it up and what I use on there. So I hope this video found you guys well. I will be posting the absorption video next. Let me know how you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you guys need any more help on this platform. I will make another video and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.